y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Christmas wreath using yarn from Joann's, this truck from Walmart, and I believe all the little trees came from Walmart as well. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. All right, y'all, let us get started. So first off, you're going to need a foam wreath form. Now, I can't tell you exactly where I got this because the label is ripped, but it is an 11.8 inch wreath form, and I want to say that this is the size that Dollar Tree carries. I wouldn't swear to that because, like I said, I can't remember where I got this. I've had it for quite a while. So you're going to need one of those. You're going to need one of these little red truck ornaments. This is a Christmas ornament that I got from Walmart last year, and they are still pretty popular this year. You know, now they're coming out with like the little blue truck that I've seen. So I'm reasonably certain you can find a similar ornament out there somewhere. You're also going to need a few little pine trees. Well, this is a big one. I have a box of them over here, but some of these like little artificial pine trees. And you're going to need some of this loopy yarn. You can get this at a lot of craft stores. As you can see, it is one strand, and then it has all of these little loops on it. You use this for finger crochet, okay? You put these, you know, the loops in the loops in the loops, and then, you know, make a blanket. So that's what this is. It's just a loopy yarn. So let's get that label off of there. And first off, all we're going to do is we're going to start gluing this yarn around our hoop. So you're going to need a hot glue gun. Now, it is easier if you take your yarn and ball it up when you start to wind it around and around. But let me tell you, this yarn here gets tangled so badly. So badly. So, you know, just do the best that you can with it. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun here. It's not all the way hot, so I'm really having to squeeze. And I'm just going to stick this yarn down here and hold it until that glue cools down. And then we're going to start wrapping. But anyway, yes, I know it's early for Christmas, but I love Christmas crafts. And earlier today in my Facebook group, if you're in my Facebook group, there was some woman who completely lost her mind. Maybe she was off her medication or something. I don't know. Completely lost her mind because I was sticking up for myself about not letting people promote other YouTube channels in my group. That's pretty reasonable. So she wanted to rant about that, and the whole entire time I'm thinking, lady, you need either a Xanax or you need Jesus. So I'm like, Jesus, Christmas, you know what? She's the inspiration for this video today. So there you have it. And if you're in my group and saw that, I apologize for it. But I was always taught to stand up for yourself. So do stand up for yourself. When you see someone coming in and their number one goal is just to create trouble and tension, you know, stand up for yourself. Don't worry about whose feelings you hurt if you are in the right and if you're standing up for yourself. Or if you're standing up for somebody else, you know, who is in the right. Anyway, now if they're totally wrong, don't stick up for them. But, you know, I said, lady, it's the same thing as, you know, let's say that you own Nike and then someone comes into the Nike group trying to promote Converse. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And don't get mad at me for sticking up for my company, my brand, my business, you know. So, a lot of very strange people out there. I'm sure y'all have noticed. Anyway, I'm just going to keep wrapping this, and I'm going to glue the end down. See how it looks like snow? I'm just going to go all the way around, and I'm going to glue the end down. And I do have more over here. When I run out of this yarn, I'm just going to glue the other end here and just keep on wrapping. So let me work on this, and I'll be right back. Okay, my friends. So you know what? I had another skein, which is the correct pronunciation of the word. I had another one of those, and it had the label on it. So here it is. It's called Loopity Loops. Well, this particular kind is called Loopity Loops, made by Big Twist Yarns. Now, Big Twist is a brand carried by Joann's. So that's where this particular yarn came from. And, you know, it makes sense because Joann's is just right down the road from me. Well, about 20 minutes down the road, but where I live, that's right down the road. So anyway, as I was sitting here thinking to myself, I said, self, I have some fairy lights, which might look good on this wreath. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these lights to this wreath. I'm just going to fasten it around that loop right there, just until I can see. Oh, why are we blinking? Are the batteries going dead? I don't know. Why are you doing this to me? Even lights have attitudes today. Good Lord. I'm just gonna wrap it around. I want to do this before I put the little truck on, because I don't think I want the lights all the way around the wreath, if that makes sense. I know the entire wreath is white and it's all snowy looking, but you know, maybe I just want the lights right around the top, you know, to make it look like stars in a snowy sky. Maybe, I don't know. So let's see, I'm just going to hold the little truck here, because I want to put some trees on it too, you know. Like I said earlier, I want to put some trees on it. So anyway, I'm going to finish wrapping these lights around here. I may have to take them off and put them back on, you know, just to get them spaced correctly. And that's going to take a few minutes. So let me do that and I shall return. Okay. I think that looks okay. That reminds me of popcorn. I'm just hungry. Anyway, I have the lights wrapped about halfway. As you can see, all of this down here is blank, and then I have it wrapped about halfway. So you go over there, Mr. Battery Pack. So now, as far as my little truck goes, I'm going to put it right about here, somewhere in the center, because it's rather wide and it needs some stability. We all need stability, don't we? It needs a little bit of stability. So I'm going to glue that down, and then I want some of these little trees glued around it. Now, these little trees, I believe once I get them glued down, they're going to be pretty sturdy. If they're not, then I have some floral wire on standby over here. I may just wrap the wire around it and then wrap it around the wreath. Like I said, if I have a problem with it trying to stand up. Now, let me see if I have something I can prop this wreath upon. So let me see here. That looks okay. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just putting big old blobs of hot glue right here, and then I'm going to stick it down to my wreath. I think, yeah. Now I'm going to have to hold this down for a second, and then we're going to glue the little trees on. Hold still. Now, as far as the little trees, these do come apart. And I'm looking at the back of the truck here, and you know, I don't have a whole lot of space back there to glue anything down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull their little bottoms off and then take this and stick it down into the wreath. I think that will probably work better if I can get it through this yarn. And once you stick it in there, you know, these are very bendable. You can bend them up if you want to shape them. And I think that is exactly what I'm going to do. But I have a handful of them here. And I'm just going to try to find another one. I'm just going to stick it down in the wreath. Oh, that one fell down. I might have to glue him. But anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is going to stick them down in there. If I can. There we go. And secure it with a little bit of hot glue. But I have a handful of trees here. So let me work on this. I'm going to pause the video again. And then I will come right back and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what I have. And I know it looks a little funny because I have it laying down. So everything is kind of shifting back right now. But for the big tree, all I did was I pulled the little bottom off. And then I took some scissors and I did trim up about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I just cut the little needles off so that it gave you a big long piece of the wire base down here at the bottom to stick down in the wreath frame. Because I had to go behind the frame and stick it in and then bend the tree up, okay? So that it wasn't, you know, in competition with the truck for space. I couldn't get it to like stand all the way up the way I wanted it to, so that's the way I had to do it. Now, I thought I had some floral wire over here, and I see that I don't. I usually have floral wire over here in my little basket, but I don't at the moment. But what I was going to do with the floral wire is for the battery pack. You can wrap it several different ways in floral wire just to hold it and then wire it to your wreath. You can use Velcro. You know, you can get Velcro at craft stores. You can put a piece of Velcro, I would say, yeah, on this side, because there's your switch. You can Velcro the battery pack to the wreath, or you can just glue it to the wreath, but that makes it difficult to get to the back to change the battery. So, you know, you can do it however you want, but I'm going to use floral wire. Okay, so I have this pack of buttons. I just saw these buttons. Button, who's got the button? I saw this pack of buttons laying over here, and I'm like, how cute would that be if I just glued a few here and there? Because they look like little snowflakes. So I think just for like the finishing little touch here, and be careful because these are so open, I don't want hot glue, you know, like sticking through and hanging out everywhere. I thought I might just glue a few of these. Well, I'm just going to dump them all out. Heaven forbid. I might just stick a few of these here and there. You know, just to give a little extra something. Yeah, no, these are white and the yarn is white, but you know, oops, glue string. But just to add a little extra something. Now, what are my lights doing over here? Oh, they're trying to come loose. Well, that ain't cool. You don't want loose lights. So let's glue on just a few of these, and then I'm going to call that done. I didn't want a whole lot of stuff on this wreath, junking it up, and I think that the little truck and the trees, I think that's going to be just enough for me. Do I want to put another big one on there? I don't know. Should I put a big one? Yeah, I think we need a big one, like right over in here somewhere. And then there are a bunch of small ones. So we'll put a few small ones on there. These buttons also came from Joann's. They had some cute Christmas buttons, and you know what? And I didn't get them. And I'm like, I need to go back and get those, because if I don't, then they're probably going to be gone. And sure enough, I went back to get them, and guess what? They were gone. So if you see them, grab them. All right, let's stick that there. And then I'm just going to glue a few more, and that'll be done. That's all that I'm doing, is just gluing on these buttons. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you would, give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.